Nguyen calling her shot with the knee.
B and Xiaopo starts. Ritu gonna look to take her down, get on top and work the ground and pound. Undefeated Ritu Phogat, the Indian Tigress. And B has started at a very quick pace here with the hand. There's a step through knee. B on the outside. Ritu's got to be careful not to drop that head. Good left hand there from Ritu.
A lot of pressure coming from Ritu right out the gate, trying to back her up and trying to do that. But B said she is not the one. She is not a tune-up for anybody. And she's going to do everything she can to stop this. But Ritu's a whole nother level of wrestler.
After the movie Dangal was released in 2016, the entire Phogat family became national names across India. Now you mention the Phogats as popularly as you do with Sachin Tendulkar. That's how big they are in India after the movie Dangal came out. Ritu in control at the moment.
Look at that handcuff she's got on that left arm of B. She's doing a great job of controlling, picking away all of her support, reaping arms and just pulling away to keep B Nguyen on the ground. Great job from Ritu Phogat so far.
Ritu fighting for Indian pride, fighting to keep her place in the One Women's Atomweight World Grand Prix. Still to come tonight, a chance for India to get their first ever combat World Heavyweight Champion when Arjun Bulla takes on Brandon Vera.
Look at those handcuffs, Rich. She's got her right arm wrapped around the body of B, keeping her arm tight to her body and controlling the hips.
Ritu does a great job of controlling B here, and I like the way that it's not stylistically how I would grapple, but the way Ritu breaks her down. She's comfortable sitting in that half guard and doing the damage from there rather than coming around to the cross mount or the side mount.
Yeah, it's a unique style of grappling that Ritu brings to the game. It's also really good control.
Ritu controlling B Nguyen. Up against the fence now. B trying to turn back into the Indian Tigress, does so.
You can see how B's trying to dig for an underhook on her right side, really trying to create some separation and pry Ritu up so she's not able to essentially do this. Pressure up against the wall, has that high crotch. Good defense so far by B.
Good pursuit on the takedown by Ritu as well.
Yeah, Rich, we were talking about this. We were talking about the way that she puts these things together, how she's able to chain wrestle. B needs to keep her in this position. She's trying to get that butterfly hook on her left leg so she can create a little bit of elevation and start to move on that scramble.
Let's work.
Just over 2 minutes remaining in the first round, where Ritu Phogat is in control. B Nguyen began well on the feet, quick with the hands and the knees, but as soon as it went to ground, it was Ritu's world. It was Rituville. B puts her inside the full guard and closes it.
Good job by B to work her way back into full guard now. Oh, that was a nasty little elbow. Ritu dropped into the midsection of B Nguyen.
Big hello to the entire Phogat family who are watching in India right now. To Gita, Babita, Priyanka, Vinesh, and Sanjita. You can hear the corner from Evolve MMA of Ritu Phogat saying, excellent Ritu, as she lands the left hand. B tries to push her off and now closes the guard again.
Yeah, watch how B tries to put her foot on the hips and Ritu switches her hips just to shrug that off. So Nguyen wasn't able to put her feet on the hips and start pushing her off.
We typically see Ritu at this point in time looking to progress her position past the guard. So I'm a bit surprised that she's just content sitting in the guard here of B, not doing a ton of damage on the ground.
But Rich, when she does pass the guard, she looks to get to that crucifix position. And if you think about it, B has kind of small arms, right? So she's actually doing a better strategic decision to stay here, control the hips of Nguyen, and really do work with the ground and pound.
Yeah, but on our scoring criteria, with the ground control, if she's in ground, like B is able to secure guard here, and Ritu has to improve her position to gain points on ground and pound. Otherwise, she has to be doing significant damage or doing some damage with the ground and pound that she's actually doing. And notice that wasn't done from the guard.
Nice knee there from B Nguyen.
10 seconds.
It looks like we are going to go into a second round here. Another gut-munching knee from B. And a third one from B. Now she breaks off. End of the first round, we go to the towels. Big hello to all of our viewers in India watching on Star. And of course, we did speak about the movie Dangal, which is about the two sisters, Geeta and Babita Phogat. And here we see Ritu Phogat in action, trying to keep her place in the one Women's Atomweight World Grand Prix.
Yeah, that was a good little entry into the clinch as she slipped under the overhand right coming from B and get that body lock. And this is where she was able to get. She was able to get on top and do a little bit of damage from the bottom position. Good control, not really showcasing ground control, Rich, because she wasn't passing, but she was showing a lot of aggression.
Yeah, you can definitely see some of the damage accumulating on B's face there from the strikes that are landing from Ritu as well.
Second round on Rich Franklin's scoring card so far after 5 minutes. Now, don't forget, folks, we do score as an overall contest, not round by round. So after a 5-minute period, that's how Rich has it so far.
Yeah, B came out in the beginning of the first round, landed a couple combinations, but you saw in the replay when Ritu landed that knee, that was the beginning of the takedown and all the control that she had on the ground. So much of that was Ritu's round.
Right hand there from Ritu, gets on the inside of the right hand from B, who's fighting out of southpaw stance. B wants to keep it standing, mix it up on the feet. Good counter, left cross there from B Nguyen. Ritu jab to overhand right, almost got caught with a lead hand. Snappy jab from B. High kick from B, good forearms guard by Ritu. Ritu showing some of that improved boxing here. The head movement on the Indian Tigress.
Yeah, Ritu's moving really well. She's moved offline several times, evaded a few combinations from B at this point in time.
Stiff left cross there from B Nguyen, one of the best punches of the match so far from Killer B. The high knee, and Ritu drives her to the canvas. Wonderfully done from the Indian.
Yeah, B called it. She's like, I'm going to hit you with one of these knees, and she did that. But Ritu ate it, came right on forward, puts B on her back, and immediately starts working inside the half guard of B.
Yeah, Ritu's going to have to rethink that strategy because picking those feet up off the ground is what's costing her to end up on her back, and I don't think she has the ability to get out from underneath Ritu, or at least she wasn't able in the first round.
Especially because B kind of competes out of emotion, right? We've seen this in the past coming from B. She starts to swing, she abandons game plans, and tries to put you out. But she's got to go back to what she did in the first minute of that first round, moving really well, light on her feet, utilizing the jab, but she's got to create space right now and get back up to her feet, because Ritu, this is her world down here.
And I'll tell you, B landed a couple of nice left hands at the beginning of this round one and last round. She landed that knee on the entry right there. And I think one of the things we underestimate with Ritu, because it hasn't been tested yet, is her chin.
Ritu Phogat looking to maintain her undefeated record. She also comes in tonight with a 75% knockout rate. Knockouts coming via the ground and pound. Close guard here from B Nguyen. 2:45 remains, second of 3. Very good opening 5 minutes it was from Ritu Phogat, who was controlling things on the ground.
You can see how Ritu's driving her head into the chin of B, and so it's hard for her to really do anything or move anywhere because of the top control that she's got. B's trying to put her feet on the hips, trying to create a little bit of movement, but Ritu's shutting that down.
Plenty of instructions you hear from Evolve MMA in the corner of Ritu Phogat. 1 foot on hips here from B Nguyen. Ritu on top. Can she work the ground and pound that she's so powerful at? Dropped a little elbow in there, did Ritu. Right foot on hips here from B. The strength on Ritu Phogat is just freaky, Dragon.
Yeah, she's got so much wrestling experience. She's been on the mat so many times, and she's very dominant, especially when she's in these kind of type of positions. But we're seeing from B off the bottom, she is striking. She is trying to do something down there, not just sit there and accept this position, but a beautiful pass into the side control. Now she's going to north-south. And look for that crucifix, ladies and gentlemen. This is how she's got it done in the past. You can see she overhooks the right arm of B, and now she's going to try to take the left arm and shove that between her legs. But B, with those tiny arms, was able to get him out and start scrambling again.
Just have a look at the work rate from Ritu Phogat. Beautiful positioning, working those elbows. There's a knee which is perfectly legal under our global rule set, a knee to the head of a downed opponent.
And look at how Ritu's using that left arm there, just continuing to break B down. B can get up under her feet here, completely break away and start landing those combinations. She might be able to sneak out the last minute of this round here and start pulling ahead on the scorecards overall.
Once again, Ritu Phogat fighting to maintain her place in the World Women's Atomweight Grand Prix. She'll have to come back in 2 weeks' time. The quarterfinal round of that amazing tournament.
Good underhook control coming from Phogat. As she dropped down to attack the legs, B was able to use a whizzer and overhook to pry her back up. Now she's got 22 seconds to start shifting the match in his favor.
And B lands some telling salvos. There was a beautiful high left roundhouse kick. Two-punch combination. The left hand landed. The power hand of B. And there's the testing of the chin that Rich Franklin spoke about for Ritu Phogat. Into the round. Killer B showing that killer instinct towards the end of the round. The rest of it on the ground was all Ritu Phogat.
Yeah, it was. Watch this. B gets ready. She throws the big left hand. That touch to Ritu right there. Testing a little bit of that chin. B has that hand ready to go, but she throws the knee. Ritu timed it perfectly. Goes in for the single leg, runs the pipe, transitions to the double, puts B on her back. And then this is what we saw. But as Ritu was able to pass guard, she tried to go for her crucifix. The tiny arms of Nguyen was able to come into her advantage, and she was able to slide out, initiate a scramble, get back up to her feet, and then look pretty good on top.
Yeah, Ritu's clearly ahead in this match. She's been able to take B down, been able to control her, been able to damage. You can see the damage on the face here. But I just want to comment that this fight is not out of B's. It's still winnable for her. It can mount up a lot of damage, keep the fight standing in this, particularly in these last 5 minutes. She can pull this thing out. She does not need the knockout or a finish to do it.
Third and final round. Should Ritu Phogat win tonight, she will take on Mumbo of China on May 28 at Empower in the quarterfinals of the Women's World Atomweight Grand Prix.
We saw in those last 45 seconds of the last round that she looked sharp. B Nguyen was doing good work, landed a head kick and landed some nice punches. Let's see if she can continue that momentum here in the final 5.
Ritu will look to take B down. B will try and keep it on the feet. Ritu charges in, throws a high knee. You can hear the ki of Ritu Phogat. And there's the ki of B Nguyen, the high kick from B.
That last combination from Ritu, I think this is how you're going to see her develop as an athlete. We see the boxing starting to come along really well with her, but she's done a great job with B of mixing it in and making it dirty when she does throw those combinations. Crunching in, closing that distance, and then breaking and hitting that punch.
That right hand went a little askew there for Ritu. The opening was clear. Jab 2 from B. High kick, nice double forearms defense though from Phogat, saw it coming. Good duck under, counters here from Ritu. Uppercut from B was a nice one, goes to the body, does Killer B. And Ritu presses her against the wire.
Yeah, you know, B was worried about those punches there. She should have been instead. The moment that Ritu closes that distance, she should be looking to defend the takedown, defend the clinch, because, you know, Ritu's already in position here, and this is classically in this match been a difficult position for B to defend from.
It's what we've seen in the past, Rich. She gets over emotional. She tries to hurt you in there. She starts to throw that dirty boxing. She tries to get over, but she's got to create that space. She's got to stay moving. She has to be a little bit more selective in her shot choice.
I agree, but I think a little bit of her at this point in time might be getting a bit impatient, knowing that this match is starting to slip away from her a bit.
She's got 3 minutes left to do it, but if this is what we're expecting Ritu to drop, change levels. She's got those hands clasped. B might be going for a ride here.
Ritu Phogat looking to take down B Nguyen. B trying her most to keep it standing, maintain the vertical base.
I gotta commend B on her takedown defense here. This is probably the toughest wrestler in this division to defend against.
Look at these elbows from B Nguyen, the aggressometer going through the roof for the killer B. Ritu's locked onto this single leg. Does she stay on it, Dragon?
This is going to tell us a lot right there. You can see how she's trying to slide the right leg through, and she's able to maintain. B needs to separate. Ritu needs to get this to the ground because those elbows, they score, Rich.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll tell you, it looks to me like Ritu may have just kind of gassed herself out a bit there because she's stepping backwards now and she's not putting that pressure on like she has been in the first 13 minutes of this match.
There's no doubt about it. Ritu Phogat has slowed down here in the third round. This is B Nguyen's chance. This is where B Nguyen has to go, has to put the foot down, throws the right hand. Can she eliminate Phogat from the Grand Prix?
B knows the time is running out here. You can see that when she spun off, she literally ran back to Ritu to get in front of her again.
1 minute 30 remains. The corner of B is saying, let's go. You've got to put the pressure on her. You've got to go now, Killer B. Jab from Ritu. Drops the head down dangerously. Ducks under the high kick, Ritu. Jabs again.
You can see that strength and conditioning program is paying dividends for B right now as she's pushing forward, but she's got 1 minute to do some work.
Ritu cannot afford to overextend on these punches or B will counter her.
She's doing a good job of pulling back, keeping her balance, not getting too overextended. Ritu needs to shoot in for a shot here. She needs to do something.
I don't think B's done enough to close the distance here. Ritu's able to land the occasional punch here and there, and that's enough to keep that lead secured. B's closing the distance on this, but she's not done enough. She's got under 40 seconds at this point, and she should really be pressing the gas here.
They'll be jumping out of their seats right now, watching on Star in India, cheering on Ritu Phogat. But what a final round for B Nguyen, a high knee again from the Killer B. Throws the left cross. Hook to a cross from B. Beautiful combination work. Grunting, key-eyeing behind every technique. Ritu a driving takedown of the dying stages. The Indian Tigress.
With the secured takedown, Ritu reaching deep into that wrestling pedigree to put her down in the final seconds of the round.
What a contest from both these incredible athletes. How do you have it, folks? Do you have Killer B Nguyen or do you have Ritu Phogat?
Wow, Killer B putting it on her in the very last minutes of this match. There she is, doing good work, putting combinations together. Ritu was starting to fade, but then there was this. Ritu reaching into the pocket, turns the corner, and puts B down.
Yep. B closed the distance in this match, but I don't think she got enough done in that third round there. I still have Ritu just barely ahead, inching this one out, so we're going to see how the judges see it.
B thinks she's got it. Rich says that Phogat edges it out. There you see the Indian flag draped over the shoulders of the Indian martial arts superstar. We're going to find out our winner in just a moment. And here's the Atomweight Grand Prix lineup as it stands. If Ritu beats B now, she stays in to take on Mongbo. So let's see if Ritu maintains her place in this amazing tournament. Here's Dom Lau.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of battle, we turn now to the judges' scorecards. Judge number 1 calls this contest in favor of the right corner. Judge number 2 calls this contest in favor of the blue corner. And judge number 3 calls this contest in favor of your winner by split decision from the